Today we will explore the 9 perceptions that people have at the moment of death. When a loved one passes away, family members are filled with questions. How will they feel? Where will you be? Have you reached the light? Will you be at peace? These doubts are accompanied by memories that, although painful, also offer comfort. The emptiness in the heart is a reflection of shared love. Love never dies, it just changes form. Even after losing a loved one, you can feel their presence when you close your eyes. It is common that when thinking about the person who has passed away, the heart is filled with pain. If you feel this way, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to share the 9 experiences people have when physically dying. The information in this video comes directly from the Bible, in addition to reports from people who have had near-death experiences, also known by the acronym NDE. These people sometimes reach a state of clinical death, but then return to life and can report what they saw when they died. Let's start with the first vision people have when they die. Number 1, they see loved ones who have gone before. The moment the last breath is taken and the heart stops beating, something extraordinary happens. First, the dying person clearly sees loved ones who have passed away, waiting to guide them toward the light, bringing peace and joy. Imagine your loved one on their deathbed, their eyes closed, but soon open to a new world. There, in the twilight between life and death, familiar faces appear, those who have gone before. This is not a dream or hallucination. They are there, waiting as if they know the time has come. And this waiting place is protected by God, because God is not God of the dead, but of the living. For him, everyone is alive. According to Ecclesiastes, the spirit returns to its origin, while the dust returns to the earth and the spirit returns to God who gave it. The dying person clearly sees those loved ones who have died before and are there to guide them. There is no fear or loneliness, just an indescribable peace and warm light that surrounds the scene. Psalm 36 reinforces this idea. In your light, we will see light. Some report that at that moment, the deceased sees a light. Those who accompany the dying person while they are still alive can smell a sweet, floral aroma that fills the environment, a sign of a spiritual presence that has come to pick up the loved one and take them to a place of peace. I would like to pause briefly to encourage you to share your experiences in the comments. This can help many people who are going through a difficult time due to the loss of a loved one. By sharing, you can comfort others who are looking for understanding and support. For example, you can talk about the pain you felt or feel after losing someone close to you, how you dealt with the loss, or what advice was helpful to you. Your comment can make a big difference to whoever reads it. Now, moving on, we were discussing how sometimes when a loved one is dying, people around them may notice a faint scent of flowers. This moment is full of tension and drama, a clash between the earthly and the divine that forces us to reflect on the fragility of our existence and what really matters in the end. For in these last moments, the riches, achievements, and daily worries dissipate, leaving only love, the invisible bond that unites us to those who have gone before us. Thus, at the moment of death, a truth is revealed that we must all face. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you will be with me. Your rod and your staff will comfort me. Nothing is more powerful than the love that transcends death, a love without limits and borders. In the end, we will all come together in that light, guided by those who have gone before us, because death is not the end, but the beginning of a new journey. Number 2, feeling of detachment from material goods. Secondly, another common feeling among those who are about to die is the loss of interest in all material possessions. This is positive, as it prevents them from getting attached to something and being able to transcend without problems. Imagine your loved one's last breath, the moment everything you know dissolves. At that moment, the material world, everything that was important, loses its value. The beloved house, the well-kept car, the jewelry, the titles and achievements disappear like a sigh. None of that matters anymore. It is as if death reveals a truth ignored throughout life. When someone is about to die, a brutally honest clarity takes over their mind. At that moment, It is understood that possessions, wealth, and accumulated goods are just shadows, illusions that have no weight on the threshold between life and death. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing with us. This verse resonates with force in this moment of detachment. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. In death, this lesson becomes reality. When the light shines brighter and the soul, free from its bonds, rises to infinity, this is the last act of liberation. At the end of the path, only what really matters remains. Material dissolves, and the soul prepares for the great journey. This is a reminder that, in life, the essential is not in possessions, but in who we are, in the love we give, and in the peace we carry. In the end, that is the only wealth we can take with us. Number 3, view your own body from above. Thirdly, when people physically pass away, they often view their bodies from above, observing all the people present. They see the crying and suffering of those who remain and witness everything around them. At that moment, they perceive and feel everything, and can even say goodbye to loved ones. Imagine for a moment that life, with all its pain and beauty, comes to an end. Your loved one takes their last breath, and what happens next is something beyond imagination. Suddenly, it's no longer in your body, but it's not completely gone either. He floats in a space between life and the eternal, watching his motionless body surrounded by sad and desperate faces. But your loved one is in a place of observation, witnessing his own death. This moment is one of the most impactful that someone can experience after death, as the body without a spirit is dead. Now, without the body that was their home for years, your loved one is pure spirit and perceives everything with unparalleled clarity. He sees those he loves, hears their tears, and feels their suffering as if it were his own. It is a devastating and profound moment where the love around manifests itself with intensity. He realizes how meaningful he was to others and how his departure left a void. Plus, from his vantage point, he can say one last goodbye. There are no words, but the feeling is conveyed in a language beyond human understanding, a language of the soul that resonates deeply in the hearts of those left behind. The spirit communicates with the living and witnesses their final goodbye. Here a profound reflection arises. Death is not the end, but a transition and transformation. When your loved one watches from above, they understand that life is not measured by the years lived, but by the love given, the bonds created, and the impact left on those who mourn. Number 4, experience a feeling of deep peace. Fourth, many reports of near-death experiences describe a deep and inexplicable sense of peace. This peace is often described as an experience of absolute tranquility, unburdened by the worries and pains of the physical world. When a person is about to die, they may feel an enveloping calm that makes them feel welcomed and protected. This sensation can be described as a form of liberation from suffering, where there is no more anguish, just an enveloping serenity. It is as if the person is being embraced by an immense peace that transcends all human understanding. This deep peace is often associated with a feeling of being in a safe, loving place where everything is okay. For many, this experience is comforting and provides a sense that death is not something to fear, but rather a state of rest and relief. Number 5, the feeling of going through a tunnel. Fifth, another common experience among those who have had near-death experiences is the sensation of passing through a tunnel. Many people report the impression of moving through a dark tunnel that gradually becomes brighter. This tunnel is often described as a path that leads to light, symbolizing the transition between life and death. Crossing the tunnel is often accompanied by a feeling of speed and intensity, but also of safety and orientation. As the tunnel lights up, the person may notice the presence of an intense light in front of them, which represents the arrival of a new state of existence or a meeting with departed loved ones. This experience is often interpreted as a metaphor for the process of passing into the afterlife, signaling that the person is approaching a new phase of existence. Number 6, feeling of life review. Sixth, some people report the feeling of reviewing their life while they are on the brink of death. This process can be described as a panoramic review of all significant life events and memories. This review is often quick and comprehensive, allowing the person to see and feel again the experiences that shaped their life. This moment is often characterized by a feeling of clarity and deep understanding, where the person can reflect on their actions, choices, and the impacts they have had on others. This review process can bring a sense of accomplishment or regret, providing an opportunity for a person to make peace with their past before moving forward. Life review is often seen as a way to integrate and understand the totality of life experience before transitioning to the next phase of existence. Number 7, meeting with spiritual beings or guides. Seventh, many people who have near-death experiences report encounters with spiritual beings or guides. These beings can be described as angels, spirit guides, or benevolent entities that offer guidance and comfort during the transition. These encounters are often described as warm and comforting, with spiritual beings providing support and comfort as the person approaches death. They can offer messages of love, encouragement, and guidance, helping the person feel more at ease and prepared for what is to come. The presence of these spirit guides is often interpreted as a form of divine assistance, ensuring that the person is not alone during the departure process. This encounter can be a deeply meaningful and reassuring experience for those who experience it. Number 8, perception of an afterlife. Eighth, some reports of near-death experiences include the perception of a realm or state of existence beyond death. This realm can be described as a place of light, beauty, and peace, where one can meet others who have departed. Descriptions of this state often include elements of grandeur and serenity, such as flowery fields, luminous cities, or environments that convey a sense of harmony and plenitude. This awareness is often associated with a feeling of returning home or integration with a greater consciousness. The vision of this state of existence after death can provide great comfort and hope for those who believe that there is a continuation of life beyond physical death. Number 9, transformation and transition to a new state of existence. Finally, at the 9th point, many people report a feeling of transformation and transition to a new state of existence. This feeling can be described as a profound and significant shift in consciousness, where the person feels that they are moving to a new level of understanding or reality. This process can include the feeling of leaving physical life behind and entering a new form of existence, which can be seen as a form of evolution or spiritual progress. Transformation can be accompanied by a sense of liberation from the limitations and concerns of the material world, offering a renewed and expanded perspective on life and death. This feeling of transition is often interpreted as a passage to a state of greater consciousness and spiritual fulfillment.